Good news for anyone who's ever relied on AM radio, whether it's for local news, sports, or life-saving alerts in a crisis. This is an update to a very important issue that you've asked me to keep an eye on. But first, I want to give you some context. Car manufacturers have been phasing out AM radios from new models. And now the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act is heading toward a Senate vote after clearing the Commerce Committee back in February 5th. With the bipartisan support and endorsement from the FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, this bill could ensure AM radio stays in every car. But why is this even a fight? Well, I'll tell you why, but first I want to remind you to like this video and to subscribe to this channel to keep up with what's going on in your automotive world. Maybe you've heard of collagen and its benefits, but you haven't tried it yet? Here's why you should. Collagen is a unique protein that naturally declines as we age, and you can improve your levels significantly by boosting your bone strength and soothing joint pain. And it minimizes wrinkles and cellulite, enhances hair follicle thickness, and even helps reverse nail damage. I started seeing changes in just a few weeks. For my viewers, there's an incredible deal available offering up to 45% off this bone, joint, and ligament restoring formula. Just head over to getnativepathcollagen.com/Lauren. That's getnativepathcollagen.com/Lauren for that special 45% off and free shipping. Car makers like Tesla, Ford, and BMW have been quietly dropping AM radio for years, and their reasons are a mix of profit and practicality. It starts with cost. Adding the AM radio receiver might only run a few dollars per vehicle, but multiply that over millions of cars and it's a bit more to the bottom line, and they want to save some money. Then there's the tech angle. Electric vehicles or EVs dominate the future for now, so they claim. We've discussed that on our channel. And AM signals can get scrambled by electromagnetic hum of EV batteries and motors, creating an annoying static sound. However, this has been fixed back in the 50s. They just don't want to pay for the extra shielding. So again, it comes back to pricing, not just what it seems on the surface. That's the current excuse. Plus, with dashboards turning into touchscreens and younger buyers streaming music or podcasts via Bluetooth, they argue AM's an outdated and unnecessary need. They'd rather upsell you on satellite radio subscriptions or internet-connected infotainment systems, options that pad their profits but leave you without an AM radio signal when you want it or you need it. The trouble is, rural roads and disaster zones don't care about your Wi-Fi plan, and that's where AM radio comes in. We've all been there where you can't get a signal, but you can still listen to AM radio. Now, I've been tracking this on Congress.gov. Senate Bill 315 moved out of committee for a floor vote this month, and it's described as a push to require the Secretary of Transportation, which is Sean Duffy, to issue a rule ensuring access to AM broadcast stations in passenger motor vehicles. If passed, which it should, it'd mandate the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to require automakers to include AM radio in all vehicles sold in the U.S. at no extra costs. Until that rule kicks in, any cars without it must be clearly labeled. The National Association of Broadcasters, known as NAB, cheered the progress, pointing to disasters like the Los Angeles wildfires and Hurricane Helene, where AM radio reached and delivered evacuation orders and recovery information when cell networks were completely gone. Over 125 groups from the American Farm Bureau to AARP back it, citing safety and community access because emergency broadcast systems go over AM radio signals. Senators Edward Markey of Massachusetts, Ted Cruz of Texas, and the Commerce Committee teamed up saying, today's vote broadcasts a clear message, a bipartisan clear message, to car manufacturers that AM radio is an essential tool for millions, from emergency response to entertainment and news. It's a lifeline we must protect. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr added, quote, I saw it firsthand after Hurricane Helene. People rallied to AM radio for life-saving updates when everything else was down. Unlike streaming apps that need a signal or subscription, AM is free, far-reaching, and works when nothing else does, which may be a reason they want to remove it because they want to charge you for everything. This bill's bigger than just radios. It's about innovation, safety, and government's role in the auto industry. Think back to the 1960s when seatbelts weren't standard, and automakers fought against that mandate as well, calling them costly and unnecessary until lives were saved, proving them wrong. Today, AM radio's the seatbelt of communication. Low tech, sure, but a proven lifesaver. And if it passes the Senate, it could set a precedent for regulators to prioritize public good over corporate trends, maybe even nudging car makers to rethink other cuts like physical buttons that were swapped for slow screens. It's a signal that tech's march forward doesn't have to leave reliability behind, especially as climate-driven disasters make resilient tools more crucial than ever. Another reason for AM radio. Unfortunately, this bill has some hurdles to get over, and automakers aren't accepting this quietly. They've got deep pockets, they've got lobbyists who are very powerful, and groups like the Alliance for Automotive Innovation, which is known as AAI, could lean on senators to water it down or even kill the bill. They might argue it's unfair to force a feature not every buyer wants, or that EVs need exemptions for technical reasons, which is ridiculous. Then there's the Senate itself. Gridlock is normal, and with budget battles and post-election year posturing, and of course another election coming up but just down the road, a floor vote could easily be delayed. Even supporters admit it's facing delays before, but not this time. Earlier versions have never passed in Congress despite broad support. The difference now? High-profile disasters, bipartisan unity, might just tip the scales. We do need both sides on this because everyone benefits. AM radio remains the backbone of the emergency alert system, a resilient lifeline delivering local news, diverse voices, critical information when it counts. Now that this bill's racing through, it's a sign it could soon be a law, unless the opposition shifts gears. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.